right, so we're gonna be talking, or like reacting, and talking about stuff with ranking shipping dynamic. I apologize in advance. From Holy Does Thing. I love this content creator. I love them very much. They are like my fangirlness as manifested. So yeah, we're gonna talk about shipping dynamic and why I love certain shipping dynamics and why I don't like some shipping dynamics.
Oh, hello. Happy
Hi.
belated Valentine's Day.
Valentine's is over, but okay. Hello,
so,
ma'am.
if you're anything like me, you probably spent a good chunk of your day holed up in your room looking at fan art and reading fan fiction.
Yes!
On time. Thank you very much. About half a year ago, I made a video in which I ranked fan fiction tropes. And since it's the season of love, I wanted to make a video about ship dynamics. And what did I happen to find the other day? A tier ranking list for shipping dynamics. Multiple ones, in fact, with lots of different options. What better way to celebrate a love holiday, right? So I thought I'd gussy up and then rank some shipping dynamics, aka expose myself.
Same.
Again. But before we get into it, I just want to give a very
I'm gonna expose myself why I love enemies to lovers.
Ritual is a monthly vitamin subscription service that
I'm
helps
sorry.
you fill key nutrients.
Fight.
Man, this video feels so bougie. Here is our first list.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
This is a lot. Wait, go back, go back. This is a lot. Oh my goodness.
First list. Oh, here we go. We've got God tier, we've got good tier, we've got not bad tier, not for me tier, and this ain't it tier. Okay, so off the bat, I'm gonna put height difference in God tier. I don't know what it is, but seeing that gap between their heads is just, it ignites something in me.
Same. Okay. I like height difference because I'm tiny. If I ever like see someone way taller than me, I instantly see them as like, oh wow, you're handsome. Oh, or wait, you're pretty. Because I look up. I guess it's not just that, but I guess it's kind of cute. Or like someone is like way taller and they can just hug you and just carry you way easily and you're just like, I'm being carried. What the heck?
Visceral and feral. 90% of the time, I'm pouncing on that. Idiots
Damn.
in Love, I would say, is also...
Yes, yes. Oh my god, it's God tier. Idiots in Love, it's just so cute. You just see them being so dumb and just being idiots, and it's just endearing. And they both love each other for it. Like, one is trying to be smarter than the other, but then they're both just the same. They're trying to outsmart each other, but they're both idiots.
God tier. It is simultaneously so amusing and so frustrating trying to see two oblivious people trying to navigate and reconcile the fact that they have feelings for each other. And when they finally get together, it's like that meme where it's like,
I may be an idiot, but I'm an idiot.
there's always an excess of pining and an absence of brain cells. Star-crossed lovers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm torn. I'm trying to think of like all the fics I've read where like there was a star-crossed lovers thing happening.
There's a
and
lot.
It has the potential to be really cliche, but when it's done well, it's so good. You know what? No, screw it. I'm putting it in God tier.
I feel like, okay, this is my opinion. This is where my opinion kind of differs from them. Because so far, I've just been saying yes on both height difference and Idiots in Love. As for star-crossed lovers, it depends. The most well-known star-crossed lovers, best example of this is literally Romeo and Juliet. They are star-crossed lovers because both of their family hate each other. They love each other, but they could not be together. That is what it means.
It's that inner turmoil, that forbidden fruit of we shouldn't be doing this, but yet they do it anyway.
That is
All
true.
laws against all laws and against the world.
Yep.
And more often than not, it ends in tragedy. But when it has a happy ending, it's just so satisfying.
It is, yes, it is.
Mutual pining. Easy God tier.
Yeah, easy. It's really easy. To those who don't know what mutual pining is, it's basically like you just both love each other and everyone knows. You know, your significant other knows, everyone in the world knows. You're just both pining for each other because you guys are so in love. That is literally what it is. And it's just very cute. It's very fluffy, it's wholesome, it's sweet. That's the reason why I think I put it at God tier as well.
Anything with pining is an instant yes.
Yes.
Just friends being pals. I am going to put you... I'll put you in good tier. I'm assuming this refers to when friends are totally platonic.
Granted, I haven't seen a lot of fan fictions where there's actually just friends being friends type of thing. Is it a ship if they're already in a relationship? I mean, you can call that ship canon. They're just being a relationship in a fan fiction because that's how everybody sees them.
Are thrown into some situations where they realize, oh, this might not be platonic, huh? I adore the friends to lovers trope, so...
That is not the friends to lovers trope. It just says like just friends being pals though. So I don't think this is a friends to lovers trope.
Criminal and cop, I don't...
I've I've read some of these. Criminal and Cop, I've read some of these. And some Doujins as well. Some can be handled well, some not really. The one that I read is good, but not something that I'd put in God tier. I'll put it in good.
That much either, so I'm just gonna put it in the not for me. Like,
Bonnie and Clyde,
I'm
yeah.
not opposed to reading it if it's like, you know, calling to me. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to read a criminal cop fic. It's just...
Yeah, it's rare, and I barely see any of it. I put it in good because the ones that I have read are pretty good. And I would go back to them with that.
It's not my thing. Same thing with Tired and Concerned Caretaker. It can be really cute, especially for like hurt comfort. But
Heart comfort ships, oh my god. Tired and Concerned Caretaker. I have not read a lot of these. Like, you're just tired, you're very, very exhausted, and just concerned character. I feel like this is more good for a one-shot compared to like an actual story. And the ones that I like reading are usually chapters that are like 45 above. So if this is the main trope, if this is the main dynamic of them, is just like 45 to like 70 chapters of that, I don't think I'd be much into it. I would probably put it in not bad to not for me tier.
But I'm not the biggest fan of that whole... I just prefer the two parties spoiling each other, you know? Like, hey babe, I got you this giant teddy bear. And, oh thanks babe, here's a giant plate of chocolate strawberries. And it's like, oh yeah bro, well I got you a all expenses paid spa trip. Spa trip?
Wow.
Do you mean ski extravaganza this Christmas?
So spoiling each other, understandable. Falling in love in the middle of a war. Okay, this trope can go bad or good. Why? Because I've read two things. I've read two books that are of this. One is BL, the other one is not. I forgot the title, but I know Folger knows about it. Think they already bought it as well. So.
Falling in love in the middle of a war.
It's nice, I guess.
They both combatants. Is one a civilian and one a combatant?
Is one a general and the other a general? Is the other one a commander, the other one a general? Or like, it could be a lot of things. I'll probably put in like not read a lot or haven't read much.
Are they both civilians? Because the dynamics change with each of those configurations.
Yeah.
I would say in general though, I like it. God, I suddenly am thinking of like an AU where, I don't know, a general store owner and then like a cafe owner are both, you know, stuck with ration ingredients and they're making it work.
Aww.
And as they make it work, they fall in love in the middle of the war. Oh, that is adorable.
That's cute.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh. All right, this goes out to all those that are into monsters.
Oh. Okay, I need a drink before I do this. So I know this is gonna garner some judgment, but it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna treat y'all to my inner sanctum. Baba Booey.
Oh my god. You know what? Understandable. Have a nice day. For me, I would put it on good tier because I've read some, and that's all I will say. Moving on.
Please be nice to me. I don't know. I'm a deprived feral little gremlin, guys. Sorry. Okay, but I've been playing a lot of Genshin, right? And Tartagula has this wonderful transformation, the Foul Legacy transformation.
Oh my gosh, she's literally saying I can tick him.
And never before have I felt so... like... Sir! Like, when you're fighting him when he's in that form, it will f*** you up. But it can also...
Damn, she's very down bad. I can see that.
Yeah, I'll go to kink shame jail.
Yeah.
Yandere's,
Two yanderes falling in love? I haven't read good ones. Don't think this would bode well for both of them. So I'll probably put it in a tier where it doesn't exist, which is I haven't read much of it. So
I could see why people would like it, and I could see, okay, well, if it's done this way, then it could be interesting. But personally, I'm not a big yandere person. It's just not my thing.
That's
I see it
understandable.
going way more poorly than I can see it going well.
Same.
Years later.
Oh god, oh no, this still okay. I kind of like, it's also kind of like I'll hate them in Kave in a way where they had a falling out in like the middle of their high school and then met each other back an adult, and now they're like, haha, they're roommates. Oh my god, they're just roommates, yeah. But yeah, having to meet each other like years later is I think really nice because like, god, this also like puts into like one of my favorite ships, which is Draco and Hermione. Oh my god, I love that ship so much, where they haven't seen each other for so long because Hermione is either having to be a grand healer, or like having to do research for having to cure lycanthropy. Yeah, you know what I mean. Delicioso.
Holy heck, god tier. It's the fact that they knew each other at a certain point of time
Yes!
before, and maybe they changed a lot over the years, or
Yes!
they didn't change at all.
Yes!
And then coming back, it's
Yes!
a new bond, relationship,
Yes!
feelings, whatever, built upon that prior foundation. It's like, okay, I knew you, but now I know you. And if you want to make it juicy, then you can have one of them be engaged to be married or something.
Oh my god, stop. That's like, oh my goodness.
Or they're in town for a really important business meeting, and then who's catering the event? Or who do they run to on the street? Or who's at the conference with them? Superhero and...
That'll turn into like star-crossed lovers. If one of them is engaged and they're not happy with that engagement, they turn into star-crossed lovers because of that. Oh my god, it's twisting all other tropes in there. I love it so much.
Super villain, I do like a lot.
Superhero and supervillain. Ooh, I think there's some in Marvel, right? That are technically superhero and supervillain are matched together. But I kind of do like the vibe of like a superhero and supervillain having to find each other. It's like enemies to lovers, but like an extra step.
I don't know. You know what? I'll put it in good tier. I find it delectable when one of the parties is not telling the other that they're the hero or they're the villain. So they're fighting their partner on the job, but once they get home, it's like, oh man, you nearly took my eye out the other day. And when the other person finds out,
drama!
Both parties being oblivious to each other is also really good, but if they know that the other's the hero or the villain, I don't find it as intriguing. Like, I need to have that secret revealed at some point in the story. Otherwise, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess there's like the tension between the two and like, ooh, we're enemies, but actually lovers. But I need that reveal. I live for that reveal. On the same wavelength, I do enjoy villain couple as well. What's better than
villain couples are really good, actually. Like, I barely see any of them, but I really do want to see a lot more of them in a way. And I'm sad that, again, Wish really, not only did they have star-crossed lovers, but they also had a villain couple, supposedly had a villain couple. The king and the queen were supposed to be evil, but then only the king was evil, and the queen was like, I guess, okay.
Chaos Maker. Then two. Having a moment where like one of them is robbing a museum and then the other one comes into the ceiling like,
this is Bonnie and Clyde.
The other museum. It's like, nope, it's this one. It's like, oh, are we robbing the same museum then? Cool. And then as they're on their way out with the cops on the way, one of them's like, hey, we forgot
Jesse and James could also work.
Jewels from the Western European exhibit. And the other one looks at them and is like, God, I love you. My brain instantly went to Harley Quinn.
Oh my god, yeah, Harley Quinn, of course. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. But there's also one which is like Scarlet Overkill and Herb. To those who watch the Minions movie.
And Poison Ivy. Oh my god. Nerd and Jock, I'll put in the not bad tier. It has the potential to be really cute. But
the ones that I've read of this are all with like the jock kind of bullying type of vibe. Though I would say like Merryweather's like story of like the goth and the jock and goth story kind of also ties in with this because like she's also like a nerd and having to like characters and making drawings and stuff. Like she's a geek, she's a nerd, she's all that stuff. It's just that her goth is like her style and everything. And then she just fell in love with a jock, and that's really, really cute.
Also, it's like, I like it, but not like that much. I watched the movie She's All of That a lot growing up because my mom loves it, and that dynamic between Freddie Prinze Jr. and Lainey, he brings her more out of her shell, and then she shows him how to be more true to himself and genuine. Okay, Rivals is going in God tier. You got
yes! Oh my god, enemies to lovers. Rivals is literally enemies to lovers in a way. I love it. Mwah. To those who know Voltron, it's that ship of like Keith and Lance. Clance. God, I remember when the entirety of the internet was just down bad for that ship when Voltron came out. Oh my goodness.
Lance, you got Zutara, you got Galileo. It's that friction giving way to, there's something there. Red and blue, bickering, banter, acknowledgement, pining. Yes. Can differ from enemies to lovers in that rivals can be on the same team. And so they have to cooperate while competing against each other.
Yes! Oh my god, this is also why I like the ship, like, Draco and Hermione, because they're literally, like, rivals in a way. Not only are they enemies to lovers, but they're also rivals, where they're both equals in smarts and, like, being independent, being strong and all that stuff. But they always try to one-up each other, and the banter on it is so nice to read. It's so good. I will recommend you guys some of these if you guys are interested.
And if they get together, then that rivalry doesn't necessarily have to disappear, does it? I mean, there's a reason why with any popular piece of media, if there's rivals, they're gonna be shipped.
They're gonna be shipped all the time.
Heck, go back to the 70s with Kirk and Spock. I think it goes without saying that some of the most popular ships of our time consist of rivals.
They hate each
Yeah.
other, but they also fuck each other.
Yep.
Couple, I'm gonna go ahead and put into not bad tier because it can be very like precious seeing like the domestic moments play out, but at the same time it can also be kind of boring. It's a really good dynamic for
I guess. I'll put it in good tier for me. I'll put that in good tier because I just like seeing old married couple vibes or old married couples in general. Because it's just sweet. It's just sweet. Okay, maybe because like in my defense, I read a lot of ships or a lot of fan fictions where they're mostly not good endings. And they're like someone is in the hospital or someone is in their deathbed type of vibe. I read like the sad, painful, tragic things but has a good ending. And the reason why I think I put a lot of these like wholesome, vanilla, good type of like tropes is because whenever I do read them, it's really good. The Notebook. Yeah, The Notebook.
because while the main ship could be getting together and working everything out with each other, the side ship could be already established and be that old married couple. Crime fighting duo. I'll put it in not bad as well. It's not as intriguing for me as superhero, supervillain, and villain couple.
They're like a partner in crime, but the thing is, crime fighting duo can tie into rivals and it will double that.
Couple just because it feels a little too goody-goody. Like, there's not enough grit or chaotic energy. I need something a little more real. But if you can make it interesting, then count me in. Loner
Yeah.
X Popular overlaps a lot with Nerd and Jock.
It
and
does.
Pretty much everything I said about Nerd and Jock could apply
To Loner and
to Loner
Popular.
and Popular, but I'm trying to think of it as a Venn diagram right now. I'm trying to think about the differences. Because it's quite often akin to Nerd and Jock, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the not bad tier, but
Yeah.
thinking about the different variations you could do for Nerd and Jock makes me consider moving up Nerd and Jock into
Okay, the best example for Loner and Pop is the song Skater Boy and the musical Heathers. Those are well known for just the general loner popular type of vibe.
to the good tier. Because I'm just imagining like a really happy-go-lucky nerd who's like super extroverted and they like are friendly with everybody and they're with their nerd friends and they're like having a blast and being super loud. And then you have a jock who's maybe like, you know, the star quarterback or whatever, but he's actually really shy and
Oh god, I suddenly remember, like, You Belong With Me from Taylor Swift. That's also literally that. It's a nerd and a jock being together. And she's a loner and he's popular.
introverted. So like after practice, he'll be shuffling his feet and like going home, and then the nerd bumps into him and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to my D&D session?" And so the jock opens up because of the nerd.
It's very
That is
cute.
adorable. Royalty and Peasant is classic fairy tale. It's
It
like
is a
Cinderella.
classic
You
fairy.
can
Cinderella,
put
yeah.
a mon-
This is Cinderella. That is Cinderella, chat. To those who don't know, Royalty and Peasant, that is Cinderella, literally.
spin on it. You basically have every K-drama ever. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I like it. So I suppose I will put it in the good tier. My only
It's good enough. Yeah, I feel like good tier, like low good tier for me, because this is used in a lot of other media where specifically it doesn't have to be like actual fairy tale where like, oh, they're a king and they're just a peasant, that type of that type of thing. It can literally be like someone rich and someone who's not rich. That could also work out with royalty and peasant. So there are a lot of those in some stories and some K-dramas.
only reservations for this dynamic is that it's very overdone. Like I've seen a
It
lot
is.
of worthy adaptations of it, like
Yes.
Hallmark for
Oh my god.
instance, but it's just too darn cute to put anywhere else. Coworkers is fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the not bad tier because usually it has to have something more other than just, you know,
Wotakoi, that's coworker. And there's another anime where it's a BL where they're also coworkers and stuff. But I guess what made Wotakoi like very interesting with the coworker dynamic is definitely having to add in more people into that story where there are two coworkers, two other coworker ships there, and like another extra ship. So like 3 ships from what I know in the main Wotakoi series. But both of them are co-workers and co-workers. And just having to have the dynamic of all the co-workers being together and being like otakus is really, really nice as well.
coworkers. If they're coworkers with a rivalry or they're coworkers with mutual pining going on, then that's great. But if it's just coworkers on its own, it's kind of bland. Student and professor.
No. That's my face right there. Whenever like someone does like student professor. Okay, if it's there's nothing to justify this other than like you have to be graduated student already or something. I don't know. I honestly have no clue, my guy.
This dynamic, I prefer more of like a student mentor sort of thing, or like, you know, maybe student TA or something. So off the bat, I'm going to nix the old man professor and naive innocent student image, and I'm instead going to conjure up a hot new professor that just came to the university. Maybe they just got their PhD. They're like in their late 20s, early 30s, learned, knowledgeable, and then they have the student who's like 22 that's in their class, and then
okay, so yeah, a college professor and a college student, that could work out. And if they're from different schools as well, that's okay. If they're from different schools, I see that as okay, because if they're dating while they're on the same school, it's yeah.
And they see this professor and they're like, either they're way too eager to go to office hours or they're way too scared. Generally, student and professor can throw a lot of people off, and I don't blame them. But
yeah,
taking that scenario I imagined into the account and all the K-dramas that utilize this trope very well.
Oh my god. Here's the thing. She's not even supposed to be there. I know this K-drama. I've watched this K-drama. It's called Falling from a Star. And this guy's an alien. And the girl that you guys see, right, the girl right here is a well-known actress who is very spoiled and like has been ignoring her education for a while. She was forced by her manager to go to a college, and then she sees this guy who is a professor in that college and is an alien.
Utilize this trope very well. I'm gonna put it into not bad. I usually won't go
I'll put
for
it not
this
for me.
dynamic, but if it's good, it's good. Angel X Demon, you can get a lot out of Angel.
Okay, Good Omens. The best example for this, Good Omens. I love Good Omens. The story of it, mwah. It's good. It is literally like they're not even like showing like that like affection to each other. Like they're not holding hands, they're not hugging. Well, they hug and stuff, they hold hands, but like not because they're in the context of they love each other. They care for each other so deeply that they don't need to say it outright.
X Demon, I'm putting that in good. It's not my
good
dynamic of choice, but if there's like an AU where like one of the characters is an angel and one is a demon, then
it's good.
Tsunderes,
it's good material.
I'm not a fan of tsunderes. They get really annoying and like
sometimes. I would say it's not for me. It's like I would read some that are, but some tsundere fan fictions or stories can be good. But the fact is that they're sometimes just a bully, which is not great. If they're being shown to be a bully, then I don't think that is definitely a me thing. That I would not.
Like, it's sad because I know a lot of people like relate to that. Like, oh, I can't show my emotions very well.
You can't show your emotions very well, but you would like bully them for it is not something that I like. Definitely not.
So I take it out with annoyance or anger, and that's how I show my love. But as a very earnest, heart on my sleeve sort of person, I can't deal with tsunderes or read about tsunderes for too long. It's just too frustrating for me personally. It's like, you fool! Reckless and playing it safe.
Yeah, it's like, tsunderes is like, they give so many, like, miscommunication tropes, and I hate that. I hate miscommunication tropes. It is annoying. Yeah, especially if that miscommunication takes 30 chapters to resolve.
I don't ship a lot of ships that fall under that category. Unless I come up with a ship that, you know, like, oh yeah, I love this ship and they have this dynamic, then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in.
I haven't read much of these, so I'll put this in my non-existent tier. Haven't read or haven't read much of
in the not for me for now. Dummy, thick, and skinny legend? I don't have any...
I have no clue what that means.
Ships that really fall under that category, so I'm just gonna put that in this ain't it.
I'll put it in I haven't read or haven't read much.
In regards to shipping and polyamory relationships, I'm the type of shipper that it's rare for me to multi-ship a lot because I am selfish. I want one
selfish?
one other character and like that's it. No sharing. But that being said, if you enjoy OT3s, OT4s, OT5s, then good on you. Now these guys, I've been saving these.
I would say poly relationships or like multi-shipping is fine. Like people ship the aggravate group, which is like Sino, Kainari, Pave, and I'll hate them all together, and that's fine. I really like don't mind, and I respect whatever and whoever they ship. I would say I am them as well, where I'm very selfish, where I would just read my specific ships and not read any other ships relating to this character would like this character, or this character would like that character, and I'm just like, I like my ship more.
These guys for last, cause Oh, I don't know. I love both.
Polar opposites can go into rivals, star-crossed lovers, mutual pining, and could literally be like superhero villain, royalty peasant, angel and devil, or angel and demon, and nerd and jock. It's literally just that. They are literally polar opposites. These are all the other couples, but this is just the most broad term.
Both these dynamics, but I don't know if I love them or if I love them.
I like them. Good tier for
Like
me.
with polar opposites, it's great when they can make it work, and aesthetically, it's... But if they're too different, then there's a little voice in the back of my head saying, then why are you two together? And then with Angry and Sunshine, it's adorable when the Sunshine character is like, you know, being their happy self, and then Angry is like begrudgingly like, oh, I love them so much. But at the same time, I don't like constantly angry characters, and so if
I feel like for Angry and Sunshine, they don't have to always be angry. It could be the silent type. Diana and Leona is literally Angry and Sunshine, where Angry is Diana, Sunshine is Leona. Also, same goes with polar opposites, which is Diana and Leona, literally sun and moon. Yeah, like Cloud and Aerith is a good Angry and Sunshine, where Cloud is not technically angry, he is just broody. That's I feel like that's the best broad term for it, where it's like they're broody, they're silent, they're not like open, they're cold to a lot of people, but then when it comes to their Sunshine, which is like Aerith, he's just like, all right, time to do hugs, time to talk to flowers, time to hold their hand, time to go on a date with them, time to hear them sing. That is a good representation of angry or broody or cold / Sunshine.
Sunshine's giving their all and being like a precious shining beacon, and then Angry's like grumbling and being grouchy, then what's the point? I want like lovey-dovey complete adoration of each other. And with these two dynamics, if each of the parties can show that adoration in their own way and their partner gets it, it's beautiful. But if it's that same sort of grating dissonance,
I'll show you guys
that
an
makes
example
me
later.
wonder why they're together in the first place, then... So I think that with all the potential these guys have and all the good that can come out of them, I'm gonna put them in good tier.
They're good,
but
yeah.
Because I can get annoyed or frustrated by a lot of the interactions that may come up, then it's stopping me from putting it in God tier. So yeah, that's my ranking. As you can see, I'm pretty flexible when it comes.
Pretty flexible, but there are some that I do not agree with. Star-crossed lovers, I put in good. Meeting Years Later, good. Human, you know what? Based, I'll put that in God tier as well. Rivals, of course, God tier. High Difference, 80s in Love. Mutual Pining, Human or Monster, which is like werewolf or vampire. Meeting Years Later, Rivals, God tier. Just Friends or Pals. I haven't read much or haven't read at all, so I'll put that in my the tier's not there, but you know, haven't read much tier. Falling in Love in the Middle of a War, I guess it could be good, so I'll put it in good tier. Spirit Server Villain, good. Villain Couple, good. I really wish I could see more of that. Royal and Peasant, it's good if it's written correctly or shown correctly in media. Angel Demon, good as well. Angry and Sunshine, good. Polar Opposites, good. Nerd and Jock, not bad, but sometimes it's usually just ends up being the jock having to bully the nerd, and it's really not that fun watching. Old Married Couple, I'll put it in good tier. Crime Fighting Duo, I'll put it in not bad. Loner and Popular is the same as like Nerd and Jock. Coworker, not bad. It just depends on how you write it. Student and Professor, I'd put it in not for me. Criminal and Cop, I'll put it as not bad. Depends on how you write it. Kind of concerned, not for me, but good at some points. I don't know. Reckless and Playing It Safe, haven't read much of it, so put that down. Poly relationship stories, put that down. I haven't read much of it. Yandere is not my type. Tsundere is not my type. Dummy, I have not read or haven't read much of it, so yeah, that's my tier list at the very least.
Comes to dynamics, there's only a few that I don't really like. I did see other lists with other dynamics though, so I'm gonna check those out.
Round 2.
Oh!
Fight.
Wait, okay, I found a really cute one. Oh man, some of these are
Oh, wow. Okay, round 2. Okay, I feel like we've already said, like, some of these are still the same. So I don't think we need to actually do these type of, like, trope tier list again. Because technically the same as our, like, the first list is literally the same, but longer.